Polywave's latest federal polling average update as of February 24th. With election momentum building, let's break down where each party stands and what these numbers could mean for the road ahead. The Conservative Party of Canada, CPC, continues to hold the lead with 39.4% support nationwide. This puts them in a strong position, maintaining a comfortable gap over the governing Liberal Party of Canada, LPC, which currently sits at 32.5%. While the Liberals have made some attempts to regain ground, they still trail the Conservatives by nearly 7 percentage points, a significant challenge as they prepare for the next election battle. Meanwhile, the New Democratic Party, NDP, remains a key player, polling at 13.7%. Their ability to influence policy and hold the balance of power could be crucial, particularly in the event of a minority government scenario. In Quebec, the Bloc Québécois, BQ, holds 7.2% support, a number that may fluctuate depending on regional dynamics and their ability to consolidate nationalist sentiment. Looking at the smaller parties, the Green Party of Canada, GPC, registers at 3.8%, while the People's Party of Canada, PPC, holds 2.4%. Other parties combined make up just 0.9% of the national vote share, indicating that the main political battle remains between the leading three parties. As we move closer to election season, these numbers will be key indicators of voter sentiment. Will the Conservatives maintain their lead? Can the Liberals close the gap? And what role will the NDP and other smaller parties play in shaping the next government? Latest Polywave federal polling average update for February 23. With shifting voter sentiments and ongoing political developments, let's take a closer look at where Canada's major parties stand in the race for power. The Conservative Party of Canada, CPC, continues to hold a commanding lead, securing 39.5% of voter support nationwide. This strong position reflects growing confidence among voters, potentially signaling trouble for the governing Liberals. Meanwhile, the Liberal Party of Canada, LPC, stands at 32.3%, trailing by over 7 points. Despite ongoing efforts to regain momentum, this polling gap raises concerns about their path to re-election. In third place, the New Democratic Party, NDP, maintains a stable 13.8%. With no significant movement in their numbers, the NDP's role as a potential kingmaker in a minority government scenario remains crucial. The Bloc Québécois, BQ, operating exclusively in Quebec, holds 7.2%, continuing to solidify its regional influence. With Quebec voters historically playing a decisive role in federal elections, any shifts in BQ support could impact the broader political landscape. Smaller parties are still in the mix. The People's Party of Canada, PPC, registers 2.4%, appealing to a niche but loyal voter base. Meanwhile, the Green Party of Canada, GPC, sits at 3.8%, struggling to make major gains but remaining a presence in Canadian politics. Other parties collectively account for 0.9%. These numbers highlight a critical moment in Canadian politics. With the Conservatives leading, the Liberals searching for momentum, and smaller parties carving out their positions, every move in the coming weeks could reshape the electoral battlefield. Polywave's latest federal polling average update for February 22nd. With the political landscape shifting and parties gearing up for the next phase of their campaigns, let's break down where things stand today. At the top of the polls, the Conservative Party of Canada, CPC, continues to hold a commanding lead with 39.5% support. The Conservatives have remained steady, capitalizing on growing voter concerns over economic issues, cost of living, and government spending. With their numbers approaching the 40% mark, they are in a strong position, but will they be able to maintain this momentum? Trailing in second place, the Liberal Party of Canada, LPC, sits at 32.1%. While the Liberals remain competitive, they are facing increasing pressure to regain lost ground. With recent efforts to emphasize affordability measures and climate policies, will they be able to shift public opinion and narrow the gap? The New Democratic Party, NDP, holds steady at 13.9%, continuing to command a loyal base of progressive voters. However, as the campaign season intensifies, the challenge for Jagmeet Singh and the NDP will be to expand beyond their core supporters and attract undecided voters. In Quebec, the Bloc Québécois, BQ, remains a key player with 7.3% support nationally. The party's performance will largely depend on how well it resonates with voters in Quebec, where it continues to challenge both the Liberals and Conservatives for dominance. Meanwhile, the Green Party of Canada, GPC, stands at 3.9%. The party has struggled to make major gains in recent polls, but with growing concerns over environmental issues, will they find an opportunity to boost their support? The People's Party of Canada, PPC, is polling at 2.4%, maintaining a small but vocal base of supporters. With their focus on personal freedoms and opposition to government mandates, they will need a strong strategy to expand their influence in the broader electorate. Finally, all other parties combined make up 0.9% of the polling average, with independent candidates and smaller parties continuing to have a minimal but notable presence.